Welcome. We are thrilled to be back in California and delighted that you've chosen to join us here in the beautiful city of Long Beach for Dream 2019, this very, very special Dream convening. We are convening over the next few days on the traditional lands of indigenous peoples. The Tongva people, the territory here, belongs to the Tongva people. And we give thanks to those who are here and have been among the original stewards of this land. With today's convening, we kick off ATD's 15th anniversary celebration. And this is also a special year for Long Beach, as they are celebrating the 10th year of the College Promise, valuing, like achieving the dream, the ideal that every student has the opportunity and supports to pursue and achieve their post-secondary educational dreams. Today and throughout the week, we'll be celebrating 15 years of the ATD network, recognizing our founders, our partners, our funders, our board, our coaches, and you, and your extraordinary work in the field in improving the lives of your students who in turn are leaders in the communities where you live and beyond. Tonight, we will look back and go forward, visiting the past 15 years with a countdown of the network's 15 pivotal moments and then glancing into the future, while also celebrating and recognizing the best in our network with the presentation of the prestigious Leah Meyer Austin Award and announcing our class of new leader colleges, as well as introducing our leader colleges of distinction. Perhaps most importantly, you have a chance to reunite and connect at the special celebration party following the plenary. And I hope you'll join us. It's now my distinct honor to introduce a friend, a colleague, national leader, Eloy Ortiz Oakley, Chancellor of the California Community Colleges. Chancellor Oakley is himself a community college success story, and this is a home game for Chancellor Oakley. Before moving into the Chancellor's role in December 2016, he served as the Superintendent President of the Long Beach Community College District. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Oakley.
Well, good afternoon, ATD. Welcome. Welcome to Long Beach. It's great to have you all here. It's great to have you here in Long Beach. How many of you are from the Midwest? Okay, well, enjoy the weather while you have it. You actually found a sweet spot. We've been getting a ton of rain here, and it just opened up just for you. So welcome to Long Beach. Welcome to Achieving the Dream. This is truly a remarkable event, a remarkable gathering of leaders throughout the country, a gathering of friends and colleagues all here for the same reason, to ensure that our students have every opportunity possible, every opportunity that they deserve to achieve the dream of a higher education. And I know with the work that you all are doing, the work that you're focusing on here today is key and critical to achieving that dream. So thank you for being here. I would be remiss if I didn't say welcome on behalf of the Mayor of Long Beach, Robert Garcia, who was also an employee at Long Beach City College and who was also part of the Long Beach College Promise. So he now leads the Long Beach College Promise here in the city of Long Beach. So on behalf of the mayor, welcome. And on behalf of the 150 now California community colleges, thank you for being here. And by the way, where are some of those 115 California community colleges here today? All right. So again, I want to thank Karen and her team at Achieving the Dream, all the funders and partners of Achieving the Dream, all the colleges from throughout the country who have gathered here on this occasion to focus on our students. And let me just say, I think no time in our history has this been more important. And particularly here in California, we are clearly focused on the issue of equity, on the issue of race, on the issue of ethnicity, on the issue of being born into zip codes throughout this country that have far too often dictated where you're going to end up in life. But it's through the work that you're doing here today that we can truly achieve equity and outcomes in higher education. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you on behalf of all of our students, not only in California, but throughout the country, because the community colleges in this country are at the forefront. We are the tip of the spear in a movement to ensure equity for every American. Every American needs this opportunity. This is not just for some, this is for all. We are moving away from selectivity to inclusivity, and there is no more inclusive segment of higher education than the community colleges throughout this country, so thank you. So enjoy your time in Long Beach, spend lots of money while you're here in California. You know, California community colleges are funded based on your taxes, so please spend money, we need it. Enjoy your time and enjoy achieving the dream. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Chancellor Oakley. Your leadership in this state and across the country inspires all of us. Dream is indeed special. This is my 13th dream, my 4th as president of Achieving the Dream. In my 9 others, I participated as a college president. You come here from all over the country. 48 states are represented in this room, and from all over the world. We have guests this week from South Africa, New Zealand, and Canada. Dream is not a conference. It's an organic force with a format and program that is always changing to support our work in the field. Dream is a team event. Some of our colleges have brought teams of more than 20. I will watch you travel in packs from breakfast through dinner, touching base with your coaches as you use Dream to assess where you are with your student success efforts, as well as to begin planning your work for next year. Dream is a place where our funding partners see work that they are supporting in action, and it offers a time for us to influence the incubation of new ideas that are born from the field up. And finally, Dream gives our students a very special voice, a voice that always inspires us while reminding us that there is always more we can do, a voice that has sustained this movement because as a sector, we are listening. There are many new features in this year's Dream, including our Dream Walk area. I hope you spend some time there, see Achieving the Dream's 15-year story, and share your own ATD story, your progress, how you're advancing your goals, and what you see in the future for your work and your students. You may also see one of our communications staffers at the Dream Walk. Be ready to record your story or have a photograph taken. Help contribute to ATD's living history. Now it's time to get this celebration started. Please welcome my colleague, Benita Brown, Vice President for Network Engagement at ATD. Your successes and ATD's sustainability rests on the shoulders of a large community, a community with an unrelenting focus on supporting student success, particularly for our most vulnerable citizens in our communities. So it's time to recognize and celebrate the contributions of this community. First, our interim, former, and current boards of directors. Where are they? Here they come. Up this way. I see Lou Testoni, the treasurer of the ATD board, trying to find his way to the table. He's much better with numbers. ATD board members are fearless leader volunteers who dedicate their time and effort to supporting Achieving the Dream and shaping its strategic goals, meeting its mission, and ensuring and stewarding our financial vitality. Board members bring talents from all sectors, including community college leadership, philanthropy, finance, and our employer community. Please welcome and thank our Achieving the Dream Board of Directors.
The next group are founding partners and funders. Would that group please come forward? ATD founding partners and funders joined together to fulfill a need in the field. They provided funding, resources, and strategy, and critical spine support to create much of the platform that ATD rests on today. Join me in celebrating the founding partners and funders.
Next, we have the ATD coaches. This is a big group. You see them coming up the aisle over here. ATD coaches are the heartbeat of Achieving the Dream. Your coaches have dedicated numerous hours, traveled thousands of miles, and fielded even more emails and phone calls, all with the goal of supporting you and supporting your students. The list on the screen includes former and retired coaches. Many of these coaches, including several that are with us today, have been with ATD from the beginning and helped lay the foundation of our amazing coaching experience. They're still processing in. This is a large group. Please join me in thanking and celebrating our Achieving the Dream coaches.
Up next are representatives of the very first ATD cohort colleges. Where are those colleges? Great. These brave colleges were the first to join ATD and to help ATD create a solid framework for improving student success outcomes. They came to work with open minds, a spirit of innovation, and a clear vision for how they wanted to support their students. Most of them are still active in the ATD network, committed to continuous learning and improvement. Join me in celebrating the very first ATD cohort.
Finally, we have our Leah Meyer Austin winners. Our Leah Meyer Austin winners were selected to receive Achieving the Dream's highest award, acknowledging that they've been impactful in implementing whole college transformation and have produced results by narrowing equity gaps, increasing graduation rates, and implementing sustainable student supports. Here they come. The award is named after one of our founding board members, Leah Meyer Austin, whose vision as a Lumina program officer was instrumental in shaping the idea of Achieving the Dream. They're still coming in, but please join me in celebrating the past Leah Meyer Austin winners.
So thank you for celebrating with us as we just highlighted the individuals and groups that were vital to the formation, creation, and advancement of ATD. But don't you wonder what has happened with ATD over the past 15 years? What were some of the major moments? How did we get to where we are today? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to tell you in a few minutes.
We would now like to bring to the stage Dr. Robert Templin, founding chair of the Achieving the Dream Board of Directors, President Emeritus of Northern Virginia Community College, and now Board of Director Emeritus of Achieving the Dream, as well as Dr. Pam Ettinger, President of Bunker Hill College and current chair of the Achieving the Dream Board of Directors. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Templin and Dr. Ettinger.
Good evening. We're so excited to be here to celebrate ATD's 15th anniversary. And this evening, it's our honor to share with you the 15 pivotal moments in ATD's history. Pam?
Now, these are by no means the only key moments in ATD's illustrious past, but they do represent groundbreaking moments that set the course of this organization and shape the work of community colleges across the nation.
So the first one was in 2004. Supported by the Lumina Foundation, ATD had its beginning as a national demonstration project to catalyze changes in community college culture, policies, practices, and programs to support student success, especially for low-income students and students of color. And the idea was to champion equitable outcomes and to make success as important as access and as fundamental to the mission of the nation's community colleges.
MDC and 7 additional partners, the American Association of Community Colleges, Community College Leadership Program, the University of Texas at Austin, the Community College Research Center, Teachers College at Columbia University, Institute for Higher Education, University of Florida, Jobs for the Future, MDRC, and Public Agenda. These organizations work together as peers and design the initiative and take responsibility for key aspects of the work for the 5-year duration.
During this 5-year demonstration period, over 100 colleges in 21 states take on the pioneering work of building cultures of evidence and acting on a student success agenda. The states would include Arizona, California, Connecticut, Florida, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Massachusetts, Maryland, Michigan, North Carolina, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Texas, Virginia, and the state of Washington.
I'm so glad I didn't have to do that. The demonstration project becomes an independent nonprofit organization, Achieving the Dream Incorporated, in 2009, focused exclusively on student success.
And then the Leah Meyer Austin Award is created to recognize colleges making substantive improvements in equity and excellence, with the inaugural award being given to Valencia College. And each year since, one or more colleges have been honored for their achievements, which serve as examples of what can be done to improve student outcomes.
And Dr. William E. Trueheart, a foundation leader with a background in higher education and social entrepreneurship, becomes the first president and CEO in 2010.
Our seventh point of light was ATD's first major learning initiative. Oh, I remember this one. It was called the Developmental Education Initiative. It launched at 15 colleges in 6 states and set the stage for deeper understanding of how to best serve underprepared students. 4 years later, ATD with several partners co-authored core principles for transforming remediation within a comprehensive student success strategy.
Now, point number 8 is the rebirth of Achieving the Dream. Dr. Karen H. Stout, president of Montgomery County Community College and a leader in institutional transformation for student success, is named our second president and CEO.
Let's hear it for Dr. Stout. Point 9, ATD with the field identifies 7 fundamental capacities that are essential for institutional transformation around student success. The Institutional Capacity Assessment Tool, or ICAT as it's better known, was launched and tested in partnership with 10 ATD partner colleges in 2016. And now nearly 190 network colleges and dozens of colleges outside the network are using ICAT as a tool to measure capacity across each area and to engage their boards, faculty and staff, and even communities in their student success planning efforts.
Number 10 and close to my heart. A new equity statement helps move the field beyond small pilot interventions in emphasizing that all individuals have the right to a high-quality education and that colleges must dismantle structural barriers facing underserved students. Many ATD colleges now use this statement to catalyze equity conversations on their campuses, and those of you who attended the pre-con today, it was our first.
Point 11, 34 tribal colleges and universities joined the ATD network, adapting the ATD model to their own missions and to their own cultural traditions and teaching us what it means to truly know how to serve one's students.
ATD joins the Pathway Collaborative, partnering with AACC Guided Pathways work in supporting colleges working through the Guided Pathway framework.
Then ATD refreshes its own organizational strategy and launches new learning events, customized coaching for colleges who have completed their first 3 years of their transformational journey, and a renewed first-year experience for newly incoming colleges.
Number 14, based on the findings of the Integrated Planning and Advising for Student Success, IPASS, and Working Student Success Network, WSSN, learning initiatives, ATD launches Holistic Student Supports Redesign Services and an annual Fall Institute for colleges who are ready to dive deep on redesigning advising, financial, and other non-academic supports.
And pivotal moment 15, building off its open educational resources degree pathways and engaging adjunct faculty and student success learning initiatives, ATD launches new supports for teaching and learning capacity building and introduces an annual Spring Teaching and Learning Summit.
High five.
There you go, 15.
Thank you, Dr. Templin and Dr. Ettinger, for taking us on that 15-year journey, a journey that really rests on the shoulders of the collective efforts of most of us in this room, partners and funders and practitioners, all driven by one common purpose, the success of our students, and an unwavering willingness to redesign ourselves continuously to not only take the form of our communities, but to shape the future of our communities. There's one group that we did not recognize in today's procession or in our 15 pivotal moments. That's our Achieving the Dream staff, who over the years, whether in North Carolina or Silver Spring, have grown and stewarded this important work. While every staff member at Achieving the Dream has made unique contributions to our success, there is one that I want to recognize this evening, as she has been with Achieving the Dream from the beginning, maybe even a moment before the beginning. And she is known as the face of Achieving the Dream. And that's Carol Lincoln. Thank you. The coaches over there, standing O, and it's well-deserved. Carol became the project director of Achieving the Dream when it was really an initiative still being formed in 2004 during what we call the demonstration phase of the work. And she came from MDC, where she was leading MDC's international work and directing MDC's Rural Community College initiative. In 2010, Carol was named Senior Vice President at Achieving the Dream, shaping the way forward with her deep understanding of Achieving the Dream's founding goals and mission. And most recently, Carol launched, and this is something most people may not know because now it's formed and moving forward, but she launched the OER work, working closely with the Hewlett Foundation and others to pull that project together. She led the way forward with our Working Student Success Network grant, and she now works in what I call our organizational seams, identifying gaps and proactively filling them so our supports look seamless to you in the field. Please join me in thanking Carol for 15 years of exemplary leadership at Achieving the Dream. "15 years. We are old. You think about it, we're old in reform years, but we're unique. We're at the forefront. 15 years as a reform network that believes that the unit of change around improved student outcomes rests with the power of institutional transformation field up, that has equity at the center of all we do, and that has catalyzed change through data and building cultures of evidence and inquiry on our campuses with a unique, embedded coaching strategy that is at the heart of the way that we work. 15 years. Old. We're no longer alone in this work, as other sectors and entities, nonprofit and for-profit, also are taking on the Student Success Challenge. A quote from Cicero: "It's not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. In these qualities, old age is usually not only not poorer, but it's even richer. At Achieving the Dream, we are reflecting, we are evolving, taking the risks to seek constant improvement, just like you are. I think you saw that with last year's launch of our new model and new supports. We're trying to use good judgment, holding a growth mindset as an organization, seeing our collective work through a lens of curiosity, where risk and imagination continue to open up new possibilities. Possibilities that are absolutely essential for sustaining this work. Work that must continue. As by almost any measure, any data set, we are still not meeting our goals around student success outcomes, particularly for low-income students and students of color. So as we move into our next 15 years, we are required to ask bigger and bolder questions of ourselves. We are seeing gains in outcomes across our colleges. The work, the results have been slow, incremental. Sometimes we've been criticized for being slow. But I do think we're at a tipping point, and I think you will see that tipping point when you hear the stories of our Leah Meyer Austin Award winners. But still, too many community colleges in this country are not engaged in this student success work. So how do we reach more underserved and under-resourced colleges with the supports that they need so they can do this deep and important institutionally based work? Building a culture of evidence was the field's first lever for significant transformation in these first 15 years. While we're still working on building that culture of evidence, what's the lever for the next 15 years? No matter what framework you choose to drive transformation on your campus, I believe that faculty is key and that it is urgent for us to focus on deeper faculty engagement and on building cultures of teaching and learning excellence on our campuses. Our country needs community colleges to take on a new access agenda. This is about more than having a strategic enrollment plan. It's about finding the most vulnerable citizens in our communities and designing clear on-ramps for their entry into our campuses, be they programs for foster youth, opportunity youth, high school students at risk of dropping out, the incarcerated, the formerly incarcerated, adults whose jobs will be disrupted by technology. It's estimated that as many as 80% of current jobs will be disrupted by technology by 2025. Can we take the lead in meeting the call of this new access agenda? And can we help our colleges understand the need for what Harvard is calling the 60-year curriculum? How can we help our colleges continue to iterate and learn and build on the guided pathways model? How do we surface blind spots in the framework without derailing the important work and results that the framework is advancing? There is indeed a new learning agenda ahead of us. We measure ATD's successes, or we've measured ATD's successes over these past 15 years by the individual successes of each of our colleges. We will continue to do that over the next 15 years. We believe this work is local. It's contextual. It's your story. I love this quote from one of the annual reflection letters. It says, "It's hard to find the perfect algorithm to efficiently address at scale a poorly designed, misaligned system in a county plagued by poverty and underemployment." Does that resonate with you? But my friends, we have to discover the algorithm, or at least the key pieces of the algorithm. And we need to continue to work together in that discovery process, because our students are absolutely counting on us. So that's a quick glimpse into the bold agenda for the next 15 years that we need to shape together. I want to now move to my favorite part of the opening plenary, and I want to bring Francesca Carpenter, the Associate Director for our Open Education Resource Initiative, to the stage. Is she behind me? Here she's, come on to the stage, Fran. For the last 2 years, Fran has taken the lead in working with a special group of individuals, our Dream Scholars. She's unofficially taken on the role as the Dream Scholar Chair. So it's only befitting that Fran introduces our 2019 Dream Scholars. Please join me in welcoming Fran and soon welcoming our Dream Scholars.
Thank you, Karen, for the very powerful insight into the future of ATD and its work. Since 2009, ATD has included the student voice at its annual events in different capacities. In 2015, the Dream Scholars Program was created to showcase the students in a more formal way. This program is a learning opportunity for students at ATD colleges designed to enhance key leadership, critical thinking, and networking skills. This year, we selected 8 scholars, including 2 tribal college students. We were very excited to receive 80 applications from students representing 52 colleges. Throughout each plenary, the students will share their stories. As is our tradition, at the Friday plenary, the students will share their dream experience with you. This year, we're trying something a little bit new. We have invited back Dream Scholar alum to join us. These were students who were previously Dream Scholars, and you will get to hear a little bit about their journeys since they were a scholar later on today and throughout the rest of the event. I am very proud to introduce you to some extraordinary people. They are a reminder of why we do the work that we do. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2019 Dream Scholars. First, Ahmet Adam Dejuma from Mohawk Valley Community College. Next, Cam Dew from Bunker Hill Community College. Ashley Joe from Navajo Technical University. Mark Douglas Kahala Early from the University of Hawaii Leeward Community College. Carmelita Latre from Little Priest Tribal College. They were stuck in a snowstorm, so she will be here later. We can clap for her anyway. Samantha Parrish from Northeast State Community College. Raymond Power from Pierce College. And Carol Faye Walls from Montgomery College. Now, please join me in welcoming 2018 Dream Scholar Janae Parker and 2017 Dream Scholar Christopher Sun.
Good afternoon. My name is Janae Parker, a 2018 Dream Scholar from Columbus State Community College. Since I last attended Dream, I've graduated from Columbus State, enrolled in a four-year institution to continue my educational goals, and I'm now working at Columbus State full-time in our Partnerships and Programs Department. Thank you. I'm so very honored to introduce Samantha Parrish from Northeast State Community College.
Hi. I am from Shut Up Samantha and Cold Calloused Hands. I am from Daddy's stone-faced disappointment and his mocking laughter. I am from shadows cast by an older sister and an all-American brother. I am from soup, beans, and cornbread, and girls can only be wives, mothers, or school teachers. I am from It's Too Hard for You, and You'll Never Be Enough. I am from tarnished metal of melted brown powder from the poisoned veins from who I vowed to love. I am from the throbbing ache of brokenness and the paralyzing silence of his voicemail. I am from loneliness of rehabs and hours of counseling, and now a 6-month sober marriage. I am from Tom and Kim Parrish, his parents who held us together. I am from Reconciliation Ministry and hands held high, lifting us up, praising his name. I am from Northeast State Community College and the TRIO Student Support Services who showed me the warrior inside of me. I am from 5-hour study groups and late night papers and an international honor society. I am from the warm salt waters of the Adriatic Sea in Italy and the Tensa Study Abroad program. I am from the Help Me and the Teach Me from fellow students from the multiple mentor programs. I am from hours of transfer preparation and the congratulations you're accepted. I am from hours of training classes and applications to specific programs. I am from the longing to help those less fortunate than myself, from the broken tooth to the amputation of a limb. I am from the longing to give to those who gave me, from my patience to those who helped me along the way. I am from hurt and neglect. I am from love and happiness. I am from the highs and the lows and everything in between. I am from the you can't, but I did.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Christopher Sun. I am a previous 2017 Dream Scholar from Onondaga Community College. Ever since I attended the 2017 Dream Conference, I've graduated my community college in 2016, and I decided to move down south to Atlanta to continue my education at Emory University. Thank you. Thank you. So currently waiting to start my physician assistant program. But today, in the next few days, the spotlight isn't on us alumni. It's about these bright, hardworking, loving souls, the 2019 Dream Scholars, that they are here to share their stories like I once did. So without further ado, now I'm proud to and honored to introduce one of the current 2019 Dream Scholars, Ashley Joe from Navajo Technical University.
Good evening, Yat-e. I am from a land where the sun always shines and the horizon never ends. I am from a land where the clouds touch the mountaintops and the rain dances on the muddy floor. I am from a land that cries at night, from untold stories of my ancestors, stripped of our language, forced into colonization. I am from a land that is beautiful but scarred, happy but weary, hot but cold, forgiving but heartbroken. These unceasing contradictions continue to define me, continue to contradict and challenge me. Who am I? Who am I? I am a brown-skinned, black-haired reservation girl living in a dichotomous world. I am the only native in biology class, dissecting a frog, fighting back my traditional beliefs, because Mr. Keeley in third hour says, it's the only way you'll pass this class. I am my mother's daughter. I am my auntie's niece. I am my grandmother's granddaughter. The matriarchy seeping through my veins, while the patriarchy labels me alcoholic, drug addict, uneducated, extinct. I am the missing and murdered Indigenous woman whose stories go untold or unnoticed. Standing before you on this stage, saying me too, for the girls who have been raped and sexually assaulted. I am my ancestors whose blood runs through my veins, for I am their warrior. I am a student at Navajo Technical University, fighting for Indigenous education, fighting colonization, fighting assimilation, marginalization. For I am the exception, for I am the resilience. Like my ancestors say, for that means I am here. I am proud and I am here. I am Indigenous and I am here. I am a woman and I am here. I am educated and I am here. I am fearless and I am here. Thank you.
Up next, Leader College Recognition and Leah Meyer Austin Award.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Many thanks to our amazing Dream Scholars. You'll hear from each Dream Scholar throughout the week. This evening, we are honored to present our special recognitions. Please join me in welcoming our colleagues, Dr. Greg Williams, Achieving the Dream board member and president of Odessa College, and our hero, Dr. Eduardo Padron, ATD board member, president of Miami-Dade College, and let's give him a big congratulations on his service and upcoming retirement.
The designation of Leader College recognizes and celebrates colleges that have achieved and sustained significant improvements in student outcomes. Leader colleges are models for how colleges can better serve their students, and lessons from their experiences provide valuable insights to ATD's National Learning Network. I now want to take a moment to recognize the newly certified Leader Colleges, just certified this year. This group is particularly special because they met the newly revised standards and metrics for Leader College. This year's Leader Colleges are as follows. Please stand and remain standing when your college name is called. Ann Arundel, Community College, Maryland. Central Alabama Community College, Alabama. Grayson College, Texas. Roane State Community College, Tennessee. Western Technical College, Wisconsin. West Hills, Lemoore, California. Thank you all. You may be seated.
Good evening. This year, ATD introduced a new Leader College designation, Leader College of Distinction. This designation recognizes the continued and sustained progress of colleges in the ATD network who have been certified as Leader College and are making demonstrated progress in an increased number of metrics, especially in closing the equity gaps in completion. We're extremely pleased with excitement from across the network about this new designation. At this time, I would like the inaugural Leader College of Distinction colleagues to please stand and remain standing as I call your names. Amarillo College. Badenoch Community College. College of Southern Nevada. Cuyahoga Community College. Everett Community College. Kingsborough CUNY. Lorraine Community College. Lee College. North Central State College. Passaic County Community College. And Pierce College. Thank you and congratulations. You may be seated. Good evening again. Tonight's main award, the Leah Meyer Austin Award, is the highest honor that ATD bestows on a college. This award has been given annually since 2009 to a college that employs a holistic approach to reducing achievement gaps between student groups and increasing success for all. The award recognizes institutional strength, aligned policies, as well as procedures, a student-focused culture, and a notable increase in student outcomes. This honor was created in honor of a true leader, Ms. Leah Meyer Austin. Leah is a former Senior Vice President for Program Development and Organizational Learning at the Lumina Foundation. She also served as an early member of the Board of Directors of Achieving the Dream. Leah's visionary leadership shaped the development of Achieving the Dream in its early years. To introduce this award, we would like to bring to the stage Ms. Paula Pretlow. Ms. Predlow currently serves as a member of the Kresge Foundation Board of Trustees. The Kresge Foundation has been a long and generous ATD benefactor, and once again is sponsoring this award. So let me tell you a little bit about Paula. Paula Predlow joined the Kresge Foundation's Board of Trustees in 2014 after retiring from the Capital Group companies as a senior vice president in 2011. At the Capital Group, one of the world's largest investment management firms, she was responsible for business development and client relationships for public pension plans. Ms. Predlow also serves on the Board of Trustees for Northwestern University, as well as on the Board of Directors for the Harry and Janet Weinberg Foundation. Join me, please, in welcoming Ms. Paula Predlow.
Thank you, Eduardo. I'm going to go a little bit off script because I just have to acknowledge the Dream Scholars who spoke. It's why we're here. And I was just so incredibly moved by what you had to say. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here on behalf of Kresge, a longtime partner and supporter of Achieving the Dream. Kresge is a private foundation located in metropolitan Detroit with a mission to improve opportunity for low-income people in America's cities. We know we won't achieve our goals without improving the educational outcomes of low-income Americans. That's why we invest nearly $20 million a year into efforts to improve post-secondary access and success for low-income students. Kresge didn't always fund community colleges, but about a dozen years ago, we changed that because we know your institutions are indeed the engines driving educational outcomes for the very people we want most to reach. And so, in the last decade, we have supported Achieving the Dream through operational grants and grants to expand ATD across the country to places like Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Miami, Maine, and Michigan, and our home in Detroit, as well as to tribal colleges in Montana and Arizona. We're very proud of this partnership, as well as the parallel track of our work in South Africa, Siyaphumelela. This year, we have helped to bring together about 40 leaders who work on student success across South Africa here to dream, to learn right alongside the rest of you. I hope you'll welcome our South African friends who are eager to learn and to share ideas with all of you. Welcome. Now, I am proud to have the honor of presenting this year's Leah Meyer Austin Award. I have to say it's my second time I've done this. I love it. This is really a highlight for me. Thank you for having me back. Eduardo already shared the history of the award and Leah Meyer Austin's legacy. I'll simply add that award winners have sustainably transformed their institutions by shaping programs, practices, and services across the entire institution to promote success for all students. These institutions have dynamic and committed leaders who cultivate a culture of evidence and broad, active engagement of stakeholders and pay particularly close attention to the needs of low-income students and students of color. As the landscape of community college reform has evolved since 2008, so too has the Leah Meyer Austin Award. Originally, this award was given to colleges for specific achievements, such as significant improvements in development education reform, community engagement, or strong leadership. Since 2013, the award has been made for systemic institutional change across the entire college. I'd like to invite Karen back to the podium to say a few words about the award selection process.
This is really an exciting moment, and I want to thank Kresge again for the support of the Leah Meyer Austin Award. Colleges across the network were invited to apply for the Leah Meyer Austin Award if they met two sets of criteria. Network criteria require an eligible college to be designated as a leader college in good standing and a participant in the Achieving the Dream Network for at least 3 program years. An eligible college will not have won the award in the previous 5 years. In addition, eligible colleges had to meet at least one of 4 data criteria, such as improvements in graduation or transfer rates. 69 colleges in the network were invited to apply, with 20 applications received and evaluated. Paula, you're going to announce the Leah Meyer Austin Award winner, so I'm going to hand it off to you.
Thank you. The envelope, please. The Leah Meyer Austin Award is the highest honor a college in the Achieving the Dream Network can earn. The award recognizes institutional strength, aligned policies and procedures, a student-focused culture, notable increases in student outcomes, and reduction of equity gaps. This year, 2 colleges in the diverse national Achieving the Dream Network have earned this award. First up, Columbus State Community College. And while you're coming up, I will just tell the audience, I'm so pleased to share a few key highlights about Columbus State. This college's transformative work reflects Achieving the Dream's vision of community college as crucial, lifelong sources of civic and economic well-being for students, their families, and their communities. The college has implemented strategies that cover the entire student pipeline. They are a convener in their community, and they lead the Central Ohio Compact of K-12 school districts, universities, and employers. The college has produced gains in course completion, retention, graduation rates, and narrowing equity gaps. Currently, 97% of new students participate in one or more of the college student success interventions. When students experience 3 or more of these interventions, they are retained at higher rates, and equity gaps in course success and retention between white students and black students narrowed. College-wide, the IPADS graduation rate increased more than 2.5 times the 2010-2011 rate, from 8% to 21%. I'm pleased to welcome Columbus State Community College's team to the stage. The college president, Dr. David Harrison, will now say a few words and accept the award. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Dream Scholars really set the stage, and we're delighted to have Janae and Yolanda. We've had Dream Scholars each of the last 2 years. And I'm always inspired by how heroic they are. But it shouldn't take heroism to succeed in college. And the ability for the people in this room to take down those barriers one at a time, to open up a pathway for student success, is what we're all about. So we're grateful to be a part of this. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank the people on this stage and the people back in Ohio that they represent. Columbus State has a way of attracting and developing people who have student success at their core. They help the student in front of them, meet students where they are, and help them reach their goals. Achieving the Dream has given us the discipline, the data, the opportunity to learn, to really bring that ethos to scale college-wide. The bold experimentation that it's unleashed, the bias toward action that it's unleashed among our faculty and staff, really confronting the hard facts, taking a look at the data, understanding which students are succeeding and which ones aren't, looking at the data, looking at their peers, and saying, what are we going to do about this? We can do something about it, and taking it upon themselves to do so. I want to thank Achieving the Dream for making this possible. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this. We're learning from each other every day and making our system better at a time when what we do is more important than it's ever been. And I especially want to thank the amazing faculty and staff at Columbus State Community College, those on the stage, and the thousands back in Ohio that they represent. I'm grateful and privileged to be their partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harrison. I have a second envelope here, and I just opened it. Amarillo College. And let me give you a few highlights about the second 2019 Leah Meyer Austin Award winner as they approach the stage. This college exemplifies Achieving the Dream's vision of how radically an institution can transform itself when it truly understands the needs of its students and provides a holistic student support mechanism. Since 2014, this college has made sweeping changes in its use of data and its ability to quickly and decisively address poverty as the issue students say most affects their success. The college has opened a counseling center, legal aid clinic, career and employment center, and a child care center. The college proactively reaches out to students who experience poverty to connect them to supports. The 2017-18 school year, there were over 5,600 visits to the college's Advisory, Advocacy, and Resource Center, where students can access a food pantry, a clothing closet, and scholarship assistance, as well as emergency aid. When the college joined Achieving the Dream in 2011, their graduation rate was 13%. Today, it is 22%. And moreover, today, all college student groups are graduating at similar rates. I'm pleased to welcome Amarillo College's team to the stage, and the president, Dr. Russell Lowry Hart, who will say a few words in acceptance of this award.
I'm smart enough to let my boss talk first.
Good evening. As chair of the elected Board of Regents, we are honored by this prestigious and important recognition. Amarillo College will work to live up to the legacy Leah Meyer Austin created. We are standing before you today because of our faculty, staff, and regents who are so deeply committed to our students. We would like to thank Achieving the Dream for their vital role in helping us to create the Amarillo College story. We're especially grateful to our coaches Linda Watkins and Nancy Showers for their support their accountability, example, and partnership. And mostly, we'd like to thank our students for their courage and dedication, This recognition is as much theirs as it is ours. Amarillo College strives to innovatively respond to our community and its students, and this recognition will only encourage us to dream bigger. I'd like to ask our president, Dr. Russell Larry Hart, to join me in accepting this award and to say a few words.
Y'all know me, I'm never at a loss for words, and I'm not now either. So, achieving the dream really forced us to look at the students that we had, to really see who they were and what they needed from us. They needed us dramatically different in different ways than students of yesteryear. And I think about the work that you all are doing and the orientations that we have and the student organizations that we support and the learning in the classroom and new active learning strategies. And these things are critically important. But if they're not laced with a foundation of loving the students we have rather than the students we used to have or wished we had, those initiatives will fail. I'm honored to work with Amarillo College colleagues who are truly committed to loving our students to success, loving them for who they are and where they are, and building a culture of caring that will truly allow them to blossom into their full potential. We wouldn't be standing here without giants in the field, Karen Stout and Achieving the Dream, Josh Weiner and Bob Templeman and Aspen Institute, Sarah Goldick Robb and the Hope Center. Always light a challenge for all of us to live up to. And we wouldn't be here without the Trellis Foundation, which used to be TG, that partnered with us in the very beginning before there was an Amarillo College story to tell. And I want to thank you all. You have been so important in shaping our own story. In the panels that you've shared, the site visits that we've taken, this network is so easily supportive and giving of what does work, but most importantly, what doesn't work. We're not competitors, we're co-actors in a field that desperately needs renovation and innovation. So thank you for your work. I get to work with amazing board leadership that's truly committed to innovation. I want to thank our regents. Mostly I want to thank our faculty and staff who are watching at home right now. I've never worked with a group of people who truly love the students we have and are willing to do whatever it takes to get them across the graduation stage. So on behalf of our faculty and staff and the students that we love, I want to challenge you all to dream big during this conference. And then when you get home, dream bigger. Thank you all so much.
So what a great way to start our 15th convening. And I want to congratulate again Columbus State and Amarillo for achieving the Leah Meyer Austin Award, the highest designation in our network. So before we go, I want to thank our friends from Qualtrics. Now this might seem like an odd way to end, but they are really here to make your dreams come true through the efforts of their Qualtrics Dream Team. So if you go to the conference app, hopefully you've downloaded the app, and I've been watching my colleagues jostle on the leaderboard as they go through the scavenger hunt and take steps that get onto the app and all of the fun games. But if you go to the app and you hit the Qualtrics Fulfills Dreams icon, You can submit your wish, and they tell me they will fulfill it. I think I'm going to as soon as I get off the stage, I'm going to hit the app and ask for a facial. I should have done that before this since I'm on the big screen now, but didn't have the time. With the conclusion of this opening plenary, we officially open the 2019 Dream proceedings and we launch our 15th year celebration. Please join me and our special guests at the opening reception in the exhibit area where we will continue to celebrate. And to help us celebrate even more and to lead us to the exhibit hall, I think, at least my script says, we're excited to follow the drum line from Long Beach's own Woodrow Wilson Classical High School into the exhibit hall.